For the past 2 years, millions of us have been waiting. Waiting for mortgage rates to fall. Waiting for home prices to crash. Waiting for the perfect moment to buy. And while the headlines keep focusing on what's wrong with the housing market, something interesting is happening beneath the surface. Inventory is rising in many cities. Sellers are becoming more flexible. Foreclosures are increasing in some areas. And buyers are slowly regaining something they haven't had in years: negotiating power. Today, we're looking at 6 housing markets where many of us may be finding opportunities that simply didn't exist a few years ago. Not because these markets are perfect, but because they offer a combination of buyer leverage, population growth, economic strength, and long-term housing demand. Let's begin. Number 6. Fort Myers, Florida. Fort Myers earns the 6th spot because it highlights one of the biggest changes happening in real estate today. Buyers finally have negotiating power again. Just a few years ago, homes were receiving multiple offers within days. Today, inventory has increased significantly. Price reductions have become more common, and sellers are far more willing to negotiate. For buyers who felt locked out during the housing frenzy, Fort Myers offers something that was nearly impossible to find in 2021: options. Of course, insurance costs remain a challenge, but compared to the pandemic boom, buyers now have considerably more leverage. Number 5. Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville ranks ahead of Fort Myers because it combines affordability with long-term growth, and long-term growth matters. The city continues attracting residents thanks to its growing healthcare industry, logistics sector, expanding port activity, and relatively affordable housing compared to many Florida markets. Unlike Fort Myers, Jacksonville benefits from a more diversified economy. That creates additional stability. But while Jacksonville offers a strong foundation, the markets ahead provide even greater opportunities. Number 4. Orlando, Florida. Most people think of tourism when they hear Orlando, but the housing story is much bigger. During the housing boom, Orlando attracted a wave of investors looking for appreciation and short-term rental income. Now some of those investors are selling. That has increased inventory, and increased inventory creates opportunity. This is one of the clearest examples of how fear can benefit patient buyers. When investors rush into a market, prices often become overheated. When investors pull back, opportunities begin to emerge. That's why Orlando earns the 4th spot. Number 3. Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix takes 3rd place because it demonstrates another major shift happening in today's housing market. Builders are becoming aggressive again. During the pandemic boom, builders rarely needed incentives. Homes practically sold themselves. Today, many builders are offering rate buydowns, upgrades, closing cost assistance, and other incentives to attract buyers. That changes the math. Phoenix also benefits from growing investment in technology and semiconductor manufacturing. The long-term growth story remains compelling. However, affordability challenges prevent Phoenix from climbing higher on our list. Number 2. Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. Dallas-Fort Worth may have the strongest economy of any market on this list. Major companies continue relocating to Texas. Job creation remains strong. Population growth continues, and new housing construction has expanded inventory. Dallas checks almost every box: strong economy, strong job market, strong migration, strong long-term housing demand. So why isn't Dallas number 1? Because while buyers have gained leverage here, they haven't gained as much leverage as they have in our top-ranked market. And right now, that matters a lot. Number 1. Tampa, Florida. Tampa takes the top spot because it combines nearly every advantage we've discussed so far: population growth, business expansion, long-term housing demand, increasing inventory, and improving buyer leverage. Unlike Dallas, sellers in Tampa are facing greater pressure. Price reductions have become more common. Negotiations have become easier, and buyers are finding opportunities that simply didn't exist during the housing boom. But the biggest reason Tampa ranks first is this: Many of us are focused entirely on today's mortgage rate. We're asking, what if rates fall next year? But experienced buyers often ask a different question. What if prices rise and competition returns when rates fall? Mortgage rates can change. Many of us may have the opportunity to refinance later, but the purchase price we secure today may not be available tomorrow. That's why Tampa stands out. Not because it's risk-free, but because it may offer one of the best combinations of opportunity and long-term growth in America right now.
So why are these opportunities appearing?
The answer comes down to several powerful changes happening at the same time. Mortgage rates remain elevated. Many buyers are staying on the sidelines. Foreclosures are increasing in some areas. Builders are offering incentives again. Inventory is growing, and sellers are becoming more flexible. Ironically, the same factors creating fear are also creating opportunity. Because when fewer buyers compete for the same homes, the buyers who remain gain leverage. The bigger picture. Many of us keep asking the same question. Is this the perfect time to buy? But history suggests that's the wrong question. The better question is, will I be happy with this decision 5 or 10 years from now? Because the people who build wealth through real estate rarely buy at the perfect moment. They buy when the numbers make sense. They buy when they can comfortably afford the payment. And they buy when everyone else is distracted by uncertainty. A quick reality check. Not everyone should buy a home right now. If your job is unstable, if you have little emergency savings, or if you expect to move within the next year or two, waiting may be the smarter choice. This market rewards preparation, not desperation. Final thoughts. 5 years from now, most of us won't remember exactly where mortgage rates were in 2026. We won't remember every scary headline. We won't remember every prediction made by economists. What we'll remember is whether we took action, or whether we spent another 5 years waiting. Because perfect timing rarely exists, but opportunity often appears when uncertainty is at its highest. And for those of us willing to stay patient, stay informed, and think long-term, that opportunity may already be here. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Which of these 6 markets would you consider buying in today? And do you think the best opportunities are already appearing, or are you still waiting for prices to fall even further? I'd love to hear your thoughts.